I feel like this video so far has been about me making excuses to buy pointless stuff all throughout next year. Hi guys, my name is G.P.S. and welcome back to my channel. Even though it's not quite the end of the year yet, I'm sure a lot of us are already looking forward to the new year to come, and with that, we are planning our future luxury wish list. Obviously, 2020 hasn't been the year that most of us expected, but if anything, it at least gave us the opportunity to reflect on everything that we already own. A lot of us had the time to go through our entire wardrobes and clean out things that we no longer want, and kind of decide what we want to keep collecting and what are the things that we can live without. So I compiled a list of products that I will not be purchasing moving forward, or I should say I'll try not to. So if you want to find out what luxury items made their way onto my no-go list for 2021, then please keep on watching. The first product category that I will not be buying in 2021 is mini and micro bags. And I'm not talking about small bags in general. Obviously, I will still be buying smaller bags. But in this case, I'm mainly referring to bags that are sort of the miniaturized version of regular bags. So I would actually include the Mini Kelly in here as well, even though it's a bag that I absolutely love. I do already have a couple of Mini Kellys that I'm absolutely content with. I don't need any more of them. I would also mention the Kelly Twilly, the Mini Bolide, that are pieces that I absolutely love. But I don't think I need any more of them in my collection because I don't really see a gap there. I am perfectly happy with all of them, which are all pieces that I have in-depth videos on. So if you ever want to hear my thoughts on a piece that I mentioned in a video, then I would recommend that you check out either my info box, where I usually link corresponding videos, or a recent trick that I have learned is that you can actually go on to my YouTube feed, and if you look for my personal search bar, you can type in whatever you're interested in. So let's say in this case, you would want to learn more about the Mini Bolide. You can just type in Mini Bolide and all the videos that I mentioned the Mini Bolide in will come up. So you can find out more that way, which is a trick that I thought that I would share with you guys because I have only just recently learned about this. But I have to say that some of these bags are more functional than others. I would have to say that the Mini Kelly is one of my most used bags because it's just so incredibly functional. It does fit a lot more than most people would think. It's one of my most used bags for traveling because it really fits all my travel essentials and things that I want to have close to me at all times. The Kelly Twilly I find to be a more decorative piece, whereas the Mini Bolide is one of the most user-friendly pieces in my collection. So there are definitely pieces that are more functional than others, but I think I'm all mini bagged out. I don't need any more in my collection. And I also think that bigger bags are slowly but surely trickling back into trend, which is not something that I'm usually interested in. I don't care if something is on trend or not. I really wear whatever I like, as you guys can usually see. But I think moving forward, I'll be mainly buying larger bags. And I'm not saying that I'll be buying Birkin 40s, but I think I'm definitely done with mini bags for now. Unless I get offered something really special and something that I cannot turn down. Let's say if I was offered perhaps a gold Mini Kelly, I wouldn't turn it down. But it's definitely not something that I'll be actively seeking. The next product that I will not be buying in 2021 is shoes. Now, I have recently done a video on part of my shoe collection, and I also showed you guys how I organize my shoes. And in that video, I mentioned that I'm truly a creature of habit when it comes to shoes, and everything in general, quite frankly. But especially when it comes to shoes, whenever I discover a comfortable pair of shoes that is flattering and something that goes with most things, I usually just reach for that one pair and I wear them until they fall apart, and I literally do. I showed you guys pieces in that collection that I've had in my collection for a couple of years and I wore almost on a daily basis. Shoes are just not really my thing, and even if I buy them, they usually just end up in my shoe cupboard. I don't really reach for them that often. I don't know, I just don't feel like that I need to buy any more shoes. I have plenty to go through and use and enjoy. So unless something changes and maybe it's going to become my new habit to change my shoes up on a regular basis, maybe I'll start investing in shoes again, or unless maybe I have to replace one of my shoes. But right now, I don't think I'll be buying a lot more new shoes. I find it's just a waste of money. I never really reach for different shoes, so I'm perfectly happy with everything that I have, and it's just really not my thing. The next item I will stop collecting in 2021, or at least I promise to try. I've been trying all throughout 2020 with, I would say, mediocre success, is Hermes Rodeos. Now I have several videos on my Rodeos and my thoughts on these little horses, and if you watch those, you know that I mainly collect solid colored Rodeos, which means that the entire horse is the exact same color. And Hermes actually had a pretty good year with launching these. They usually launch one or maybe two different colorways, but this year they actually launched them in 3 different colors. First came Rose SLE, which is like a hot pink. Then shortly after they launched Ruby, which is like a reddish pink. And then I think within a couple of months came Rose Mexico, which is the pink of the season. I ended up buying Rose SLE and Rose Mexico. I skipped Ruby on purpose, just so I can stop using the excuse that,
you know, I need to complete my collection. I cannot skip any one of them. I need my collection to be completed.
I skipped Ruby just so now my collection is incomplete, and I feel perfectly fine about that. But I love Rodeos. I think they're a great way to accessorize your bags, but I simply don't really reach for my Rodeos, and even when I do, I mainly use the same ones. Although I have been making more of a conscious effort to take advantage of my collection, and I have been actually putting them onto my bags. And I think I mentioned this in a recent video that I have been thoroughly enjoying this canvas tote bag that I got as a free merge. You will be happy to hear that I upgraded to a more luxurious version. I got a canvas tote from the company Arket, which I have absolutely been loving. And in order to make it just a little bit more special, I have been putting my Rodeos on that tote bag. Depending on my mood, I use a different one each day, or at least I try. So even though I have been trying to put them to better use, I don't think I need any more of them. Unless Hermes launches another solid color Rodeo in a color that is a little bit more neutral. So let's say if they launched it in a Baton, a Cray, maybe in the color gold, I would have to pick it up. I couldn't say no to that. Or if it was available in an exotic skin. There have been rumors floating around out there that the Rodeo will be available in a touch version, meaning that one part of the Rodeo, I assume the saddle, is going to be made of exotic skin, which if that launches, I'll have to pick it up because I've been telling my SA for years at this point that they need to come out with an exotic Rodeo. So if that is actually happening, which I was sure to do my research on and let you guys know as soon as I get any updates, I will have to pick that up. I just couldn't pass on that. But if they just come out with a new pink or another blue or another red, I will have to pass on those because I just simply don't need them in my collection. But regardless, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted on them. And the last thing that I will try to limit myself on is Hermes fashion jewelry. Now I have been pretty good about limiting myself. I've only been buying, I think last year I got a couple of Be Happies. I bought a leather necklace that I'm now using as a charm. And then this year, I think the only one that I purchased was my CDC 24, which I have absolutely been loving. But yeah, I think I've been pretty good about that. I think you can just waste so much money on fashion jewelry. But Hermes fashion jewelry is usually really fun. They make quite a bit of a statement. So I think I will want to pick up 1 or 2 here and there, but definitely not more than that. And next year, I'm definitely planning on picking up the Be Happy bracelet in the So Black finish, simply because I love the color black and I love the Be Happy bracelet. So, I mean, I guess it's a must. But other than that, I'm not planning on buying any more of them. And if the Be Happy launches next year, and if I end up picking that up, I will not buy any more. But I feel like this video has been about me making excuses to buy pointless stuff all throughout next year. But anyway, I would love to hear what you guys are not planning on buying in 2021. Is there anything that you're kind of tired of or you find to be kind of pointless in your collection? I would love to know that. And if you guys enjoyed this video, then please make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.